Morning, everybody. It's February 7th here in central Indiana. It's by our local news, 1 degree. Right now around 8:30. Really cold. Tomorrow we're supposed to get another cold day. I think the high today is going to be 14. So there's really not much can do inside. So I wanted to do a little update on my sweet potatoes. They're actually growing me out of room, and they're growing so tall that I've had to cut the tops out of them because they keep, well, let's see if I can, they keep falling over. So let me see if I can cut this. Cut this down. Okay, so let me show you what I do when they get real tall and gangly, to make slips out of them to get ready to be planted. You can see how long and tall these things get, and then they fall right over. They were growing up into my lights and they fall over. Here's a good one. They just get so heavy, top heavy. Untangle them. So what I'll do is, when they get like that, I'll leave a couple of leaves on the bottom, and I'll cut that just like that. Strip off the bottom leaves, and put them right down into a glass of water. Let's see. I'll let that grow a little longer. Maybe I can take this one. Here's a good straight one. When they get pretty long like that, I'll snip them off. Pull off the bottom part, bottom few leaves. Leave a leaf. There's a few leaves at the top, if you can see that. Drop it down into my glass of water. I just recently cut those, so I'm going to leave that. I'll take this one, even though it's curved a little bit. We'll clip that off. Pull these bottom leaves off, and you can eat these leaves. These leaves are very good if you do them in like a little stir fry or lettuce on a taco. I like them. My cats like them. So then I maybe take that last little leaf off there. Yeah, see? Very good. And good for you. Maybe I'll finish them up. There we go. Not left over. So let me straighten these back out where they can get as much of the light as they can get. So when they get tall and they fall over, I take my scissors, I clip the top out, and if you see right here, they'll start growing another top. I basically clipped most of the tops out of these because they were getting extremely tall. Then we put them in a jar of water, and I change this water. I may have to add a little water. I use rainwater, but it's in the other room. I got a Brita filter there. I just add a little filtered water, and I change this water out for these once a week, and that gets oxygen back in the in around the root zone. Well, where they'll be forming roots. Let me see. Now these, I just took these this morning. These, if you can see how nice and pretty they look, I took these last week. That's been about 7 days, 6 or 7 days ago. Let me show you. And there they go. I don't know. Let me see if I can get that on camera. If you can see all those roots. They started to root. And I'll let these roots, actually I'll leave them in the jar. I'm probably going to have to change to a larger jar. This is my little jelly jar, but I'm going to, about another week, I'm going to move them to a bigger jar. Probably a quart size wide mouth jar. And then those roots will just keep spreading out, getting bigger and bigger. And then by the end of this month, I may go ahead and plant these. You know, I'm trying not to plant them because it's way too cold outside to do anything with them. And once I plant these, they start forming the sweet potatoes. So this was an experiment this year, starting them a little early just to see how big I could get them. But I'm going to give it about another few weeks, maybe 3 more weeks, maybe the end of this month. March 1st, maybe put them in a larger jar, and then by the end of March, if I can push it that long, they'll have a great root structure. So then I can go ahead and plant them in my, and these I'll go ahead, I won't start them in my 24-ounce cups. I'll start them in the 32-ounce cups. But I'll go ahead and plant these. I'll go ahead and plant these about middle of March, end of March. And then we have the month of April. Can't really do anything. About the first week of May, I can take them out. I think here Mother's Day is our last frost date in Indiana. But there you go. That's what you do with your sweet potatoes when you've started your slips. And if you do like I do and you get them way too early, you just clip off the tops. Here's where I've clipped the tops, and you can see another top grew out, and I clipped that top off. So clip off your tops, put them in some water. I do not use tap water because of all the chlorine. We have hard water here in Indiana, so I either use filtered water or rainwater. And then once they start getting the roots on them, I'll add just a tiny little bit of fertilizer, the water-soluble fertilizer that I mix up to water these in. And I'll add it in the jar, and I don't know if this is picking up on camera. You can kind of, maybe not. Can't really see it. But you've seen the roots, and they're doing great. So there you go. Getting your sweet potato plants ready for planting, even though I'm a month early. Thanks for watching.